You did not say no. You did not reject them. You did not insult them. You only said, maybe. Let me think about it. And suddenly, something changed. Their tone got colder. Their face tightened. Their patience disappeared. Or they pushed for an answer like your pause was a problem. That is the signal. Because maybe is not rejection, maybe is not disrespect. Maybe simply means you do not have access to my answer yet. And some people cannot tolerate that. Not because they need clarity, but because they expected compliance. That is the maybe test. It reveals who respects your timing and who only respected your automatic yes. The key is what they do after pressure stops working. So here are 5 reactions to watch. The first reaction is the rush. You say, maybe. Let me think about it. And they immediately try to close the space. Why do you need to think about it? It is not that complicated. Just tell me now. Come on, yes or no. At first, this can look like impatience. And sometimes it is. But the pattern changes when your pause is treated like a threat. A normal person may want an answer, but someone entitled to your answer needs it on their timeline. The space between their request and your decision is where your judgment lives, so they create urgency. They make your need for time look like the problem. Use the shield. I'll answer when I've had time to think. Not, I'm sorry. Not, please don't take this wrong. Just, I'll answer when I've had time to think. Then, watch what happens. Because the reaction is the data. The second reaction is when they treat hesitation like disrespect. You have not said no. You have not accused them. You simply paused, and suddenly they act offended. Wow. You don't trust me? Forget I asked. I guess I know where I stand. Notice the switch. They are not responding to your answer, because you have not given one yet. They are responding to the fact that you did not give automatic agreement. That is the real injury. This is where many people fold. They start repairing. No, that's not what I meant. I do trust you. I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to make it weird. And now the pause is gone. Now you are defending your right to think. Use the shield. Taking time to think is not disrespect. Say it calmly. Do not decorate it. Do not overexplain it. Do not turn it into a trial. A healthy person can adjust. A person who wants automatic access will keep making your pause feel like a crime. The third reaction is when they start selling harder. This is where maybe becomes pressure. You say, maybe, and suddenly they flood the room. More reasons, more guilt, more urgency, more emotional math. But I already did this for you. It will only take a second. You know I would do it for you. Explaining a request is not automatically manipulation. Normal people explain things too. Here is where most people miss it. Persuasion becomes pressure when it stops respecting your pause. The signal is when every explanation is designed to make your pause disappear. They are applying weight. Ask yourself, do I feel clearer or cornered? Do I feel respected, or does the room around my answer feel smaller? Manipulation does not always feel like a command. Sometimes it feels like a narrowing hallway. Use the shield. More pressure is not helping your case. You are not debating every reason, you are simply naming the pressure. Then watch. A person who respects you may step back. A person who feels entitled may escalate. The first push shows they want the answer. The punishment shows they believe they are owed the answer. The fourth reaction is when they make the room colder. You still have not said no, you only delayed. But now their warmth disappears. Their tone shifts. Their messages get colder. They say, never mind. Forget it. Do whatever you want. I won't ask you for anything again. Sometimes they say nothing. They just withdraw. They make you feel the cost of not answering fast enough. That is not silence. That is punishment wearing silence as a jacket. And this works on kind people. Because kind people hate feeling like they hurt someone, so they chase, they soften, they explain, they offer a partial yes. Okay, maybe I can make it work. And now the punishment has trained the response. Sometimes the goal is to teach you that hesitation has consequences. If you pause, they withdraw. If you ask for time, they get cold. If you do not respond fast enough, they punish the atmosphere. And eventually you start saying yes just to avoid the shift. That is not consent. That is conditioning. Use the shield. If a pause costs me peace, that tells me something. Because the reaction is the data, not the charm. Not the apology after you give in. The reaction. The fifth reaction is the character rewrite. This is the final escalation. At this point, the issue is no longer the request. Now the issue is you. Your hesitation becomes selfish. Your caution becomes disloyal. Your need for time becomes proof that you are difficult. Your boundary becomes proof that you do not care. They say, "After everything I've done for you, I thought you were different. You always make things complicated. Now I see how you really feel." Notice the switch. They are not trying to understand your answer anymore. They are trying to make your delay mean something ugly about you. That is the character rewrite. This is where most people get pulled into the wrong fight. They stop deciding, and they start defending. They try to prove they are loyal, kind, not selfish. But once you enter that courtroom, they become the judge. And now your identity is on trial. Use the shield. My caution is not betrayal. Because caution is not cruelty. Thinking is not disloyalty. And needing time is not an attack. My caution is not betrayal. Then let the silence work. Now here is the nuance. One impatient reaction is not proof of manipulation. People get stressed. People get disappointed. People have bad moments, and someone can want an answer quickly without being dangerous. So do not use this to label everyone around you. Use it to notice patterns. The signal is repetition. They rush your pause, then they act offended, then they pressure harder, then they make the room colder. Then they rewrite your caution as a character flaw. That sequence is the warning. The problem is not that they dislike uncertainty. Most people dislike uncertainty. The problem is that they make you pay for having your own timing. That is what the maybe test reveals. Not whether they are disappointed, but whether they believe your answer belongs to them before you have even given it. So the next time you say maybe, do not only listen to what they say. Watch what they do with the space. Do they respect it? Do they pressure it? Do they punish it? Do they try to make you feel guilty for needing it? Because maybe does not expose what they wanted. It exposes how entitled they felt to get it. Maybe shows you the entitlement. No shows you the escalation. Maybe reveals delayed access. No reveals denied access. That is why these two tests belong together. So if you have not watched it yet, watch the no test next. That video shows what happens when the pause becomes a boundary.